Once again, I go by the name of 2D, 2DashD, 2-Dizzle for shizzle off the hizzle with a pad and a pencil, you understand? Since I could honestly say, you know, right now at the point, I'm 30 years old right now, so I mean, I've been local since 15. I've been doing music since, you know, grade school, elementary. I mean, I was in a choir and a band and all that shit. So, I mean, been making music for a long time. But I would say locally, with what's going on right now with Arizona hip hop, I can honestly say that I've devoted 15 years to that. So I'm 15 years deep with that for sure.
You part of, you said, Inde-Ground music?
Yeah, Inde-Ground music. So Inde-Ground music, what Inde-Ground music is something that I wanted to create, you know, for every artist. You know, for any artist, you know, regardless of the genre of music or whatever you make, I always felt like, you know, the name of the record label is real important, or your music group is real important. So with Inde-Ground music, what I did was I took half of independent and half of underground and put it into one word with a dash in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta keep
with
that
a dash in the middle. So it's Inde-Ground music. So independent underground music. That's what that stands for and shit. So
I feel you. And I think the name do go a long way, because the name's got to be simple enough to explain everything in 1-2 words, deep enough so you could be threatened by a competition, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's got to be catchy, like, you know, Death Row's, good music,
Right,
Young Money.
right,
It's
right.
like, eventually these words just come.
See, and what I wanted to really do,
Yeah.
to really do is to make it available to any artist.
Yeah.
So I mean, it could be gangster, it could be hip hop, it could be R&B, it could be gospel. You can pretty much be what you want to be because it's Inde-Ground music. It's independent underground music.
Yeah.
I wanted a more global feel. You know what I'm saying? A universal feel, for lack of a better term. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's needed.
Yeah,
especially
you know what I
here in
mean?
Arizona right now.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I want to be different at the same time, still be everything, because that's what we are. We make a whole lot of different music. Good, bad, happy, sad, cussing, non-cussing, whatever you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? We do that.
You got your band too, the 9.
Yeah.
So you talking about you making all kinds of different music. You don't only rap, and trust me, you want to hear this motherfucker spit. But he also is in a band.
Yeah, so that's the new thing right now, man. That's the new, you know, the new plateau of my life. I was blessed to be inherited by the 9. So now me and my band, we've been working together, I would say, probably like less than half a year, man. We got pretty much a whole album done. We're a post-apocalyptic band. You know, we talk about the things that happen after the bomb drop. You know, so I talk about what it's like being, you know, the last person that's alive, you know what I mean? The last person alive that's out there, you know, getting something to eat. You know, you don't have no food, there's no more water left, so you have nowhere to go. It's hard out there, you know, and you got scavengers trying to take your shit, scavengers trying to eat you, and you know what I mean? And it's the nuclear snow, you know, the radioactive sunset. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So really, with the band, man, it's a great thing that happened to me, man. I got you know, my guitarist is fucking incredible. Fucking the drummer is off the chain, and then you know, another vocalist who does some crazy shit with his voice. Like he's actually the one that you know, taught me and showed me how to get my yows, my little screams and shit.
I was
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like when you get on the mic and you know what I mean. I'm not really doing it right here, but when you get on behind a mic, a live mic, and you do it the way that you can do it there, it's like kind of crazy. But the way that he does
people react to that. They're
yeah,
like, okay.
the way that he does
it's
it,
like
man.
a hype up.
Yeah, the way that he does it is just crazy. So like I've been learning from him. I've been learning from all of them. I've always listened to rock music growing up. I listen to all kinds of music, man.
I think that's needed.
I listen to everything. I listen to, you know what I mean? You name it, I've listened to it. It doesn't matter what it is. So I say all music. I fucks with all music.
My last,
period. You know what I mean?
My last interview with Jay Reed, he's a musician. He knows a lot of instruments and stuff like that. And him too. He listened to a whole bunch of different music. And I think that's needed for artists because I'm not saying you can't make good music. If all you do is listen to rap, then you're going to have a level of rap in your head that people will not understand. You know what I mean? You'll be on the upper echelon. But I think and this comes with the Arizona.Eclectic. Like, I think you need this eclectic feel, especially nowadays, because like social media, the internet's making it so everything's access to everybody. So there aren't as many barriers. There aren't as many gaps. And we need people to build bridges over the gaps that are still left. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and really, I mean, I think it boils down to, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I'm a musician.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I make hip hop music, I make rap music, I make R&B music. I can be inducted into a rock band and start making rock music. I got a keyboard or something. I can fucking hit some buttons and make some music or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm a musician at the end of the day, so music just generally, bro. I mean, it's just a part of me. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of me. Like, you know what I mean? Like my beard and my hair and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's
all evolution.
It's in my body, bro. So I mean, and it changes. Yeah, music. If music stayed the same for the rest of your life every time you heard it, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be as exciting as it is to you now, because you have the opportunity to listen to what you want to hear. You know what I mean? You have a choice. You can go hip hop. You can go classical. You could go R&B. You could go fucking bullshit. Classical. You can do what you want. You know what I mean?
You're gonna see one of these days, man. You're gonna see one of these thugs in an opera playing one of their violins, like yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
There's no limits no more.
Beethoven, Bach. You know what I mean? Music exists for us to hear. It's just it's knowledge for the brain, bro. It's knowledge for the brain. It's brain waves. It's radio waves, man. I enjoy it. Music is a beautiful thing, bro.
We're gonna talk a little bit about Inde-Ground. So you got a couple artists in there.
Yeah.
Have you known them all since you've been?
I would say so. I mean, my main artist that I have on the label, who I did the album with, the Bearded Brothaz. You know what I'm saying? The Bearded Brothaz. I did the Bearded Brothaz with
there you go.
My homeboy Gangsta Vic. You know what I'm saying? So we did the Bearded Brothaz. The Bearded Brothaz came out, I believe it was 2013. Fucking same year I got my DUI and shit. So I mean, you know, life is a learning process. This is the first project that I came out with. And I decided to, you know, put my money and invest in myself. And because before I would just make, like, you know, I'd make a mixtape off of, you know, instrumentals or beats or whatever, and I would have like somebody just make me a real simple CD cover, and I would just go to Alpha Graphics or something and buy regular CDs from like Fry's Electronics and sell them for like $5 or something or whatever, give them away, whatever. But I wanted to you know, take the risk and put money into myself and see what I could do, investing in myself as far as, you know, the business mind type thing, and try to make a little bit of money out of it and see what happens. And it worked. I mean, it was a successful thing. We did a lot of shows. There's a video that you could look up of me and Gangsta Vic. We did the Great Depression. So, I mean, it was a good experience and it was a beautiful thing, man. This was the first one that I did. So.
Shout out to Gangsta Vic. I don't know you, but I've heard a couple of the songs you've been on the SoundCloud, yo.
Yeah.
You got him.
I got Bop. You know what I mean? My homie Bop. Bop from the Top. I mean, I got, we got Toke, Buddha. You know, there's a team called the Lyrical Demons, you know what I mean?
Bomb Nameless, I saw that
Bomb
dude.
Nameless.
Yeah.
That's one of my
Jay Wiles,
the homie 2Cav, you know what I mean? That's why I came out with my the next CD that I came out with was last year.
Can I see that?
This is the Declaration of Independence.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's the Declaration of Independence.
I like this.
And I wanted it to be something special. You know, this is for artists who hustle, you know what I mean, independently. So we're declaring independence on the hustle side of things, you know what I'm saying? So Declaration of Independence, I mean, I got artists like Lynn, R.I.P. rest in peace Lynn, the homie 2Cav, feel me? And 2Cav is a beast. If you don't know who 2Cav is, you probably want to go look him up, because he goes a lot harder than most motherfuckers do. Gangsta Vic, my homegirl Monique, shouts out to Monique.
I listened to a song
Smear
with her
Lipstick,
on it.
you understand me? Let me see what else we got. Buddha, you know what I mean? Shouts out to my homeboy Buddha, you know what I mean? Buddha the Skits, my homie Frank Nitty, B Major, Shotty Hills, K Dollar, Chuck Neighborhood,
a team full of Wu-Tangs over there, like
my homie GSP, feel me, the Grove Street Player. Martell, shouts out to Martell Cartel, Jay Stone, Fatty Chung, F Dot, my homie F Dot is on here. I don't want to miss nobody. Fucking the homie Main Ingredient is making beats for me, feel me? And if you ain't got if you can't cook shit, if you ain't got the main ingredient. So you gotta have the main ingredient. You feel me? Main ingredient. Staff music. You know what I mean? My motherfucking staff making beats for me.
That's some cool shit, main ingredient. I never thought about that.
You know what I mean? This whole album, the homie for show dollars on here. I mean, there's a lot of MCs on here. Declaration of Independence, Inde-Ground music. If you see that anywhere, man, help support the movement. The movement is real. You know what I mean? Bearded Brothaz down there in the corner, man. I'm just trying to just keep it moving, man, and stay true to myself and my music, man. Because if you lose touch with that, then you know, God giveth and God taketh away, man. If you don't use your talent and spread it and give it to people like it's given to you, because that's why it was given to you, so you can give it to other people. And if you don't do that, man, it'll take it away, man. It won't evolve. It'll just die, and you forget about it.
Tell them about maybe not the whole story, but you know how you start when you were 15, maybe the evolution of how you. Yeah, not the whole evolution.
It's
you know
real
what
simple,
I mean?
Man. I mean, it just started off like, you know, in the band. I was in a band, and then it went to, you know, the choir. Mr. Touch showed me in the band, and then the choir.
What school was that?
Choir was Mr. Jennifer. I went to Maxino Bush Elementary School, and then you know, I started to write some rhymes back in elementary school. But when I hit high school is when the game changed, and I started to write. You know, that was when battling was real big, and you know, Cyphs was real big, and motherfuckers used to get out there and you could get in the Cyph real quick.
Huddles,
yeah, you know what I mean. Lunchtime and shit. It was cool.
Yeah.
That was when it was real, man. Like. I missed the old days, man. It was a beautiful thing. High school was a beautiful thing. I ended up getting on the radio, you know, meeting all these other MCs who are still doing it today. You know what I mean? They know who they are. You know, Big Willie was the one that got me on the radio and shit like that back in the day when it was 92.3, all that shit. And I mean, that's just really where it all started at. You know what I mean? And it built up the momentum for me to keep going and keep doing what I was doing to craft and keep crafting. You know what I mean? You keep crafting, you keep getting better, you keep writing. And then eventually it led to me, you know, getting tired of waiting to where I said, you know, fuck it, I want to go and just buy my own shit so I don't have to be waiting on people to go and go record something. I could just wake up in the morning and do it myself if I want to, shit like that, you know what I mean? And then,
the way I look at it, it's like if you ain't getting better, you ain't getting worse. Because the level that you were at yesterday ain't good enough no more.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it, man. At the end of the day, man, either it's make or break, you know what I mean? You're a musician or you just halfway there, man, you know what I'm saying? And you see it often. You see a lot of people come in and they might be really good too, and then after a while you just don't even hear them no more. They lose it because I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I'm in it for the longevity. I mean, I remember I used to do it because I wanted to be famous, but now it's more or less of a passion thing. You know what I mean? I enjoy it. It makes me. It's like exercise. It's like, you know what I mean? Psychotherapy for me or something. You know what I mean?
Some people stress if they don't go to the gym.
I can't take, you know what I mean? I don't want to go to the doctor to go get medications for myself or have to go see a psychiatrist and take a pill. I'd rather just exercise my mind and myself and keep my brain occupied by making music. You know what I mean?
So you've been doing concerts for a little bit, but you were telling me about how you've been doing these concerts, and it's like a big question was just like when you're doing these concerts, you can. Is there that moment where you see like the kid, you see the person in the crowd that just gives you like that little nod, like this motherfucker knows what he's doing right now?
Yeah,
like, I did not expect this.
That's the beautiful thing, you know, to go to shows and you see that. When I perform though, man, I got this thing that I do. You know, I try to be sure that I block people out while I perform. When I perform, I'm pretty much in my own little zone or whatever. You know what I mean? I get on the stage, I do my thing or whatever, but I always keep my shades on. My shades help me. They help me concentrate and shit. You know what I mean? And I don't know if anybody ever knew that, but that's why I like to do that, because I think a lot already as much as it is. I already got a million thoughts running through my mind, so while I'm performing, I don't need to be having to be distracted and shit like that. So with my shades on, it limits my vision to seeing people. I mean, I may, for a moment, actually take a look and see who I'm performing to and actually look at people and point at them. But at that point, if I'm doing that, I'm so far in the clouds that it's not bothering me anymore. But for the most part, when I'm performing, my eyes are actually closed, man. I don't know if anybody ever knew that, but my eyes aren't even open. I keep my shades on and I get into this whole other different world, and I just black out and I'm in this like black hole, and I start doing these movements and shit and start getting crazy, you know what I mean? And
I watched that new Captain America movie, and they had Spider-Man in there, and they was clowning on him like, why the fuck you wearing this mask like this? And they were like, he said, I gotta block out the rest or else it's too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I guess it could kind of be like that on stage.
That makes
like,
sense, bro.
It could be too much hype, too much people, too much anything.
I mean,
it's just like,
regardless of what anybody says, man, I've been performing for a long time, and I still don't think I'm the best at it. And I learn something new every time I perform. But it's really a great feeling. Like, it's so great that I have to block it out, because if I don't, it's too much. It's too great of a feeling. You know what I'm saying? And I have to find a way to manage it, to be focused on what I'm doing to present my talent to them.
You think the big people that are in front of like stadiums, like fucking the Drakes, Kevin Hart's, fucking even Christian, Joel Osteen,
each show is different.
All have
you know
to
what?
Be like,
I don't know, bro. I mean, each show would be different, and personally, like, I don't know them, so I don't know what they're like. I don't know the difference between who they are in the entertainment world and real life, so I really wouldn't be able to tell. But I mean, every show is different. I mean, you're gonna see it in people who are famous though too. Like, you'll see a show where they sound like shit, and then you'll see a show where they fucking sound A1, and you don't, they could be 100% or a straight -0. You don't know what it is. It could be them, the one that's doing it. It could be a microphone. They might have the sound system fucked up in there where you don't know what the fuck is what.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, it could be a number of things. You don't really know. I mean, even when I perform on a shitty sound system, as long as I'm focused and I'm in my zone, and personally,
I never thought about that. Like,
if I personally felt that I didn't fuck up during my entire set and everything went good, then I believe in my mind, regardless of what the sound sounded like, those people were still listening to me, and they heard me and they felt it.
Yeah.
But if I fucked up somewhere in there, then maybe I might feel a little bit different. But that's just my opinion, though. You know what I mean? Regardless of how good you sound on the mic. You know what I mean? If I fucked up on a little something, I might feel that I wasn't as good as I was supposed to be. And even if I did sound good, if I sounded shitty on the mic, it's hard. There's too many things that come into play. So you don't really know how good you sound. It's hard to say. You know what I mean? Because there's a difference between the music that you hear on a CD than in live person. The effect is supposed to be different. It's not supposed to be the same. You're not going to get the same thing. You know what I mean?
Charlemagne the God says, you're never as good as people say, and you're never as bad as people say. You got to define that for yourself.
Charlemagne the God is a fool, bro. He's a fool. He cracks me up. That boy's a fool.
I've been listening because at work they let me put my headphones in, so I've been listening to that shit like non-stop.
That boy cracks me up. That boy's a fool.
I didn't listen to him until about a month ago. Like, I was like, alright, that dude Charlemagne, he was on that MTV show, stuff like that. But I'm not gonna lie, this dude's like literally inspiring me, and I hope he's inspiring a lot of people. It's good, not every day that a motherfucker with a lisp could be a motherfucking publicized talk show host, and everybody's hanging on every THS that he says.
Oh shit.
But that dude, respect to Charlemagne, you're doing your thing out there. I think that, at least what I'm getting from like this interview and talking to yourself, like when you're rapping and when you're just talking to me, it's kind of the same. You know what I mean? It's not like you're sounding different.
I've heard that before. Some people have told me that and shit. Yeah. Sometimes it comes out like a limerick too. If you rewinded to listen to it, some of that shit rhymes. And you're like, wait a minute. And it's just, I'm just talking, bro. When I talk, I speak. I'm a talker. I get to talking and fucking start talking about whatever. And
like I told you, there's a difference between saying it how it is and saying it how you want it to be. And I think that whenever I listen to your music, I think saying it how it is, man. And another thing,
bro. Appreciate that.
No, man, 100%. That's the music, man. That's the music speaking for itself.
Hell yeah.
And when I heard your music, like, just like I said with my homie JG, when I heard your music, I thought Southwest, I thought Arizona. There was no doubt in my mind that this was coming from Southwest or Arizona.
And that's, fuck yeah, that's exactly what, you know what I mean? That's what I want to do. Like, I mean, personally, man, I mean, you know, people can say what they want and everything, but it's just...
I called it lowrider music, but then I listened to more, I'm like, no, it's more than that.
There's a lot of the same thing. Yeah. I don't want to take it out of context and start talking crazy or whatever. Let's just say there's a lot of repetition. Yeah. And I mean, you can't get mad at it because that's just what it is. I mean, when you see it happen over and over and over and over again on TV and these people are making money and they're doing it, then what the fuck you think the next person is gonna do? They're gonna try to do the exact same thing to make it because that's what the fuck everybody's doing. I mean, I don't really feel like that's the, you know, most highly intelligent, you know, decision to make when it comes to making music.
Sometimes
personally, I like to be different.
Yeah.
Personally, I like to be different. I like to be fucking weird, strange, and fucking whatever else too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like to be just different, bro. Unorthodox.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something that you don't expect. And on top of that, just
like the Jews
stay,
with the thing,
you
the
know what I
cyber.
mean? I just try to be myself, bro. I just want to be. I want to be who I am. All I want is just give me my, you know what I mean, my little bit of shine, and just I want recognition for me being me. I don't want to have criticism. I don't want to be criticized because I sound like somebody or I'm doing what somebody else is doing or that I look like somebody else who exists out there.
People
that's
criticize
doing,
for
you know what I'm
being
saying?
inspired by other people, like designer, 18 years old, a kid. Fucking, he sound like Future on that fucking song.
But the thing
Action
is,
Bronson
though,
sound like Ghostface
my thing,
Killah.
and when it comes to that subject, my thing is, you know, from the first time that somebody made a song that sounded like what everybody's copycatting right now,
Yeah.
for lack of a better word or whatever, you have to look at it from a standpoint as, okay, when that first person did that first song, how come, okay, when the next 5 or 6 people came along and did the exact same thing that sounded like that, that main person who first made that sound and came out with that sound didn't say anything to those other 6 people. They didn't question them and say, hey man, you sound exactly like me on that when you used that sound, or when you did this or you did that.
Fuck.
And so after that, you had a chain reaction of 50, 60, 100 plus rappers who started doing the exact same thing. And I mean, I've never heard anybody say that, you know, you sound like me, or you. I've never heard anybody say it. They all just sounded like it, and ain't nobody saying nothing. And to me, I mean, that's just, you know, it's just what it is, bro. And I mean, I recognize it as a musician. I see it, and I'm like, wow.
Maybe
like
it's the people's court, you know what I mean? Maybe it's the public opinion that
Some
hangs
people-
people, not the artist that hangs the other
Some
person.
people run out of ideas, bro, and
Yeah.
some people run out of, you know, passion for their music and can't think of another song to write or can't think of their own way to make what they want to make. And personally, you know, I just feel originality is missing.
Like, what do you think, man? Now that you're a little bit older, have you been trying
Don't
to
say that word, man. Don't say that word, man. Don't say
Hey, if you start rapping at 15, you gonna be older regardless, you know what I mean? But have you found like somebody younger that you're like, look, let me help you out because nobody ever helped me?
You know, one of my, and it's funny that I say it like this. It might sound like that's not the way that I'm supposed to say it, but it seems like it, so I'm gonna say it this way. You know, one of my favorite pastimes is meeting people that I don't know that say that they want to make music and say that they want to make music with me.
Yeah.
Like I really get a kick out of I get enjoyment from making music with people for the first time. So like especially when I don't know them.
Yeah.
That's even more exciting.
Yeah, you were telling me about
Like,
that. Yeah.
you know, when I get into the studio and I make music with somebody and it's for the first time, that first, whatever we make, whatever the song is every single time. It's been happening since I was younger. Every single time. Don't matter who it is, don't matter what kind of song it is, don't matter whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Could I go back
That
to
one song, that first song that we make is always a banger. Every single time. Always.
Could that be going to that whole different thing that we was talking about? Like when something's different, you remember it, and it's like when these new artists come in and they bring their aspect and stuff, that's a different aspect that's like a bookmark in your chapter.
I actually, you know what, that too, and then I'll expand on a different part of mine.
Yeah,
As I feel that it's more of something that we don't really, or maybe I don't understand, and it's a thing of, you know, of energies, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's a combination of different kind of energies. You know what I mean? And those significant energies that you get at those certain times that, and it just makes something happen. You know what I'm saying?
It clicks kind of thing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it just, I don't know what it is, bro, but it just happens like that for me. It's an excitement of making music with somebody that you've never made it before. And I think what it is, since it's that first time, you always want to try, or me at least, you know what I mean? I always want to try to push to make it as dope or as fucking, you know what I'm saying, as I could possibly make it. So it's like, I think that's...
Real quick.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bomb Nameless, That song Perk, that shit go hard. Other songs by these motherfuckers is
That's
my
homie
shit.
Toke. My
Bang.
homie Toke is on the hook
Bitch
too.
like
you
that.
feel me? So yeah, motherfucker. Shouts out to Toke, motherfucker. Yeah, that's how I do it. You feel me? I shout out my homies and
Got a
shit
song
when I post it in the motherfucking
Jay Wiles
interview. You
called-
understand me? Bomb Nameless in this motherfucker. Hey, Bomb Nameless got an album too. Matter of fact, look, is it still up in here? See if I got this motherfucker up in here. Nah, I think I put that motherfucker away. I had his album out the other day, man. Bomb dropped a few albums and shit a couple times, man.
I'm definitely
I got him on my wall and everything.
Definitely
man.
gonna try to hit him up because it sounds like this dude's an old cat that really could put some education on
He's
some
an older
people.
cat,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
He's an older cat. He's an older dude, man. You know, Bomb Nameless has been doing his thing, and when I first met Bomb Nameless, man, you know, we clicked, and I was younger too. I was a little bit younger, and I mean, we hit the streets and was riding around together. I mean, it's real, man. Like the relationship. I mean, I'm who I am, whatever. Like, you know, I don't know even, you know, I'm who I am, whoever that is.
Yeah.
Whoever that may be, that's who I am. But the relationships that I've built with people, you know, through the years of making this music shit is sometimes deeper than the music, but it's always a passion behind that relationship, whether if it's music or if it's not the music.
Yeah.
There was some sort of a, you know, a creative passion or some sort of a passion, even if it's not creative, it's some sort of a passion that connected me with the people that I associate with.
Yeah.
And you know, and at the end of the day, man, you know, I got my family, man. That's all I take care of is my family. My family is my mom, my dad, my sister. You know, I got tias and cousins, and they're my family too. But I mean, the immediate people that I provide for is my mom, my sister, my dad. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people in my family and my friends that have been with me from since I motherfucker was making music, didn't even have a studio to go to. You know what I'm saying? The people that have stuck with me and have been my friend and believed not only in my talent, but have appreciated me as a person too, and been there for me for that shit, have made an impact on my life where I feel that friendships, you know, are a lot more important than what you might have thought they were, and you actually figure that out through time. You know what I'm saying? Through time, knowing somebody, you start to figure out whether if this person is or if, that's my motherfucker, ride or die. I could, at the heat of a, you know what I mean, at the drop of a, you know what I'm saying?
Everything happens for a reason.
So it's like,
You've actually been really digging some of these concerts that you do with the kids. They've been responding positive.
yeah, man. So I do a lot of work. I've been doing a lot of work lately with a friend of mine. You know, she's a young entrepreneur, a philanthropist. You know, she's been doing a lot of like donations and food drives and stuff
Charity
like that.
funds,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
charity work, pretty
Yeah.
much. You know, she's an artist. She's an artist. She does tattoos. She recently illustrated inside of a book. You know, for young kids. She travels, you know, to different places. She goes to Mexico, and she's got like a family out there that, you know, she helps them and helping them build a house and bringing them food, bringing the kids toys for Christmas, and just doing, you know, things that you don't normally see your friend do or something. It's usually somebody else that you don't know that's doing that stuff. But she's my friend, and I've known her since I was, you know, since we were like little kids, little snotty-nosed little kids, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, when I seen her starting to do that stuff, it really started to make me get involved. And even just through that, you know, with her, I met a lot of people and stuff, and I've been doing work with her. You know, when it comes to that stuff, we stand out on Central and Southern, giving out food to people who just walk by because they're hungry and they need something to eat or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
You never know how that's going to affect their day. They could have just lost everything that
and
day,
really
you know
the feeling that you get behind that, bro, when you do little stuff like that, some people don't know it, but I mean, the feeling that you get, it's a different kind of a feeling, but it feels real good, you know what I mean? And like, I've met so many different kinds of people, and like, I even got involved with the Latino Arts and Cultural Center downtown. It's called ALAC.
I should check that out.
ALAC, ALAC. So it's a Latino Arts Cultural Center that's downtown. The Arizona Latino Arts and Cultural Center is what it is. It's actually downtown. And, you know, I met the people, I had the privilege of meeting the people who, you know, orchestrate events that are, you know, involved with, you know, same type of thing, maybe charity, it might be celebration. Either way, I was there to, you know, do shows and stuff like that, like as you were saying, for like the kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like, I recently had an experience. She opened up a tattoo shop and I did a show.
Yeah.
And after I got done with, well, actually before I even got on stage to go to the show, there was a youngster, a kid, who seen me at another show, and walked up to me and was kind of like, you know, he was kind of, yeah. I mean, the kid came to me before I even got on stage, and he walked up to me and he said, "Hey, are you gonna do?" Well, he was following me around a little bit. You know, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, the kids love me, man. I'm like a big ass Muppet. I'm like a fucking rock and roll Muppet and shit. Fucking, so like
they like, this dude crazy. Yeah, kids like it when it's like you ain't afraid to be yourself, because when you grow up, you stop being yourself, you start being that dude that gets the job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like he walked up, he was hanging around for a minute, and then he finally got to what he really wanted to say, which was, I figured it out, and he said, "Hey, when you go up there, are you gonna do that one song about God, pray to God?" And I looked over at him and I was like, I already had it on my set already. I was already gonna do it already, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna see what I could do. I'm gonna see what I could do for you, brother.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what I could do for you, brother. You just go ahead and stick around right here. I'm gonna see what I could do for you. And he was like, all right. And he was like front row on the stage the whole time. And that's the last song that I usually put at the end of my set, because, you know, my songs are a range of all kinds of different shit. And then when I end the song with a song like Pray to God, you know, with the meaning that's behind it and everything, and the way that the song is, it like just resonates. It gets everybody. It gets everybody, and it's like, whoa, this fool just went from talking about smoking fucking bitches and doing this to pray to God in like 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And it's, I think the dynamics of traveling through that many type of emotion. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was about to say. Maybe it's like that emotional like wave that change.
It creates like a little, you know what I'm saying? For
back to that shit, that change that people remember, that just a little bit different at the end that helps spike it.
And so like after the show, you know what I'm saying, when I get off and he's like, yeah, you did it, man, you did it. You know what I mean? And then like the other, you know, his other little friends or whoever, cousins, little kids that was there too. I like the way you rap, man. I like the way you rap, man. I like the way I like this, man.
How that shit feel?
Shit, man, that's like $1 million, bro. Like really, that's the reward that I get, and it doesn't have to only be from little kids. But when you get that, then it happens to you from a little kid. It changes you, because then you start to think about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first started, you know, writing rhymes and making music, man, I didn't really think that I was that good, and I didn't show anybody.
Yeah.
When I hit high school, was when I wanted to show people, because I seen other people liking other people. Yeah. And I wanted them to like me.
So it's like a jealousy thing, kind of like
I could be almost
that guy.
Something like that. I wouldn't say it was a jealousy, but it's like I could do that better than this motherfucker. Yeah. So check this out. Boom. And then it just ignited a fucking flame inside of me that was like, and it was different back then. I can honestly say that, bro. When I was younger and when I was doing my thing, I feel that I was, and even though I might seem passionate about it now, and even though I am passionate about it now, there was something about that early stage in life when I was barely getting into it, that my passion for it was just so incredible that was the reason why I made a name for myself, was because that amount of passion that I created for myself, it was just huge.
The way I look at it, when you go camping and you start a fire, you're not happy about the campfire. You know what I mean? You're happy when that fire gets started. That first spark just fly. You're like, here we go. We got some shit popping right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like when that first spark, I kind of understand what I'm doing right here. I kind of feel like this could be me right here, kind of thing. Oh, this shit flip up?
Yeah, I got secret compartments all in this motherfucker, man. Secret compartments all through this motherfucker.
See, anything can happen. They'll get tired.
You understand me?
I heard this motherfucker likes wearing cargo shorts just in case the police get tired of checking all the pockets. You know what I mean?
Put your cargo shorts on before you get out the house. You dig?
So eventually they gonna get tired of all them pockets. Like, look, motherfucker, get out of here.
Yeah.
But that's what's up, man. Like, just I guess you can't have a favorite song. That's like asking somebody who their favorite kid is. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. I wouldn't be able to answer. It's hard.
What song are you listening to most now, I guess? If you could put it.
To be honest, man, my band, bro, when I go to the practices and you know, when I do shit and I write a new song for them, and usually whatever new song I just write for them is the one that stays stuck in my head.
Yeah.
And like that was the one of the coolest things, bro, that happened to me when I joined this band.
Yeah.
It didn't happen like that. I mean, I guess it kind of did with the rap shit or with the hip hop shit, or you know, with just music in general. But when it came to this rock band shit, man, like after when I finish a song and shit, and I wake up the next day, and that's the fucking first thing that I'm thinking of as soon as I go like this to get out the bed.
Yeah.
And I'm already thinking the lyrics of the song that I just wrote the night before when I'm going like this. Like it's kind of a cool little feeling and shit. You know what I'm saying?
See, I haven't had that. I want something like
it's
that. You
cool,
know what
bro.
I mean?
It's kind of cool and shit. Like, and that's been happening every single song that I do.
Yeah.
And that hasn't really happened like that. Like, I'm gonna think about the song, but not immediately when I wake up like that. Like, I'm talking about literally when I go, you know what I mean? I'm thinking Radioactive Sunset, and I'm thinking, you know what I mean? All the shit that we
like,
talk about, you know what I mean? It's
that
just,
like that's the driving force. Like
that shit is sick, bro. It's sick, and it's just a different feeling. So I would say my band shit lately is the thing that's been stuck inside of my head, like our songs and just images of us, because we got strobe lights and we got fucking. We're sick, bro. We're dope. This band is gonna be fucking crazy as fuck. So if you ain't heard about it or you ain't seen my videos or whatever, you know what I mean? Just know that something is brewing and it's boiling right now, and my motherfucking band is off the hook. And if you got a band, I bet you $20 that you ain't fucking with mine. You know what I'm saying?
you keep the pot on 9. Eventually, that shit's gonna boil over.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? The nine. You know what I mean? Get ready for the 9, because we coming like a motherfucking. I got a mask and shit. I don't even. You know what I mean? My mask on the wall and shit. I don't know if motherfuckers can see it, but
there we go.
the mask on the wall and shit. You understand me? So yeah, but yeah, my this rock band shit is I like this shit. It's good.
That's what's up, man.
I like it.
Let's start wrapping this thing up, man. You gotta tell them where they can find you.
Oh man, you know what I mean? Again, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know already, which I'm, you know, hopefully you do. If you don't, I would like to introduce myself to you. You know what I'm saying? My name is 2DashD. 2-Dizzle for shizzle, off the hizzle with a pad and a pencil. Some people call me 2D, some people call me 2D. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. Inde-Ground music. If you Google Inde-Ground music, Independent Underground Music, LLC, Inde-Ground music, you could Google 2-D, YouTube 2-D, www.soundcloud.com/Inde-Ground music, INDEGROUND MUSIC. So Inde-Ground music. You could go to datpiff.com/profile/Inde-Ground music. You can download like 10, close to 12 CDs for free. I got my artist records and shit is on there too, so you could get Frank Nitty, you can get the Lyrical Demons, you can get Gangsta Vic, you could get me, you could get my motherfucker Bot.
And I know y'all motherfuckers
everything
lazy.
Is available. Yeah, I know you're lazy than the motherfucker.
Don't worry, I'll put that shit in the description for y'all. Yeah,
you know
don't worry about
none
none of
there
that.
and go check that shit out. Go download your free music. If you ain't seen these and you see me standing somewhere, you see a hairy motherfucking preacher standing somewhere and he got some CDs in his hand. This is the Bearded Brothaz. You want to get this right here. The Bearded Brothaz is some sick shit. That's a good experience right there. You want to get that Inde-Ground music. And then you want to get the Declaration of Independence. You know what I mean? And that's some motherfucking good music right there too, Inde-Ground music. And you know what I'm saying? Make music and be merry. Do your thing, man. Believe in yourself. Don't let nobody tell you no different, man. You know, stay focused and concentrate.
And that's what we doing, man.
You know what I'm saying? Concentrate. That's all you gotta do. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Give a shout out to anybody that ever believed in me. You know what I mean? Thank you. You know what I mean? Thank you for coming
of course.
fuck with me and interview me. I mean, this is the spot. You know what I mean? This is where all the magic goes down, all my shit. You know what I mean? This is what we do, man. We make music and, you know what I mean? We live life, man.
You gotta make it happen.
Inde-Ground music, independent underground music. So fuck with me, baby.